Google Pest Control Marketer. Grow your business like never before. Call 770-993-0004.
Well, hello, folks. This is Hal Coleman, and welcome to yet another episode of Pest Control Marketing.live, the only live streaming internet TV show totally dedicated to helping you, the PCOs and WCOs, get more new customers, increase your sales, and grow your business. This is our first show of 2001, and I am here, as usual, with my sidekick, my right-hand man, my mentor, my friend, my business associate, and inspiration, Mike Stewart. How you doing, Mike?
That is a lot to live up to, so I hope I can meet your expectations and exceed them from now on out. Hey, I just want you to show this technology. And, of course, if you're on the podcast, you can't see it, but you can see, look what my phone did here at 8:01. It says, Hal Coleman is now live. That's the good side of what this stuff does.
Darn, did mine do that? It sure did.
Yeah.
How about that? That's amazing.
Well, that's all the, I have a mantra that says like, share, and subscribe.
And I've got another one here that says, bring bread and milk home from the grocery store.
That must be from Lynn, the real boss at your
house. That's who that's from. That's right. How you doing?
I am doing fine. I'm looking forward and I'm trying to stay positive because I know we've had a whole lot of things since the last time we had a show, especially here in Nashville. I mean, we've had, and I don't want to get into the negative, but we've had a lot of things. And I tell people sometimes I feel like, I'm really over being trapped in my house, but I believe that this is the year that we're going to see the pandemic die down and dissipate. I think this is the year that we're going to see hopefully some positive change. The old saying, what goes down must come up, what goes up must come down. I mean, it's just, there's always swings of things, how they do. And I think what we want to do on this particular show is we want to stay positive and talk about what are we going to do to make 2021 a better year for everybody.
Yeah. And, Mike, we need a distraction from this negativity. We need a distraction from the news and the tweets and the posts and the craziness going on out there. And when I get to the point where I begin to get depressed over things like that, you know what I do? I have two projects. One is my pest control marketing business and my coaching business and what we do here. And the other one is my music. So I'll either come down and start working on a video or doing some Facebook posts, or I will go pick up my guitar and start rehearsing another song. And in those two things, I can find a sense of being grounded and a sense of peace and a sense of, more than anything else, a sense of accomplishment. Mm-hmm. And so what I want to suggest to all of our viewers on this show is that this year has not started out the most positive, and a lot of things to distract us from our business. But I want to challenge people to dive into your business and focus this year, 2001, on working more on your business instead of in your business. Mm-hmm. Work more on it instead of it. Don't be an employee within your own business. Be the manager. And when people get into my coaching program, and it's generally really small operators, anywhere from one-man operators up to 10 employees. That's kind of the sweet spot for me. But what happens is I find that I've got somebody who wants to grow their business, and they've got 2 or 3 employees, and they also are working 10, 11, 12 hours a day running a route or out there on the drill, So one of the first things I say is that you're a bug man or a bug woman, and that's what you're doing within your own business. But if you want to really grow your business, you've got to change your mindset from being a technician to being a businessman or businesswoman. You've got to get into that business mindset and get out of that service technician mindset. And so that's what you and I spend a lot of time helping people with. And you get stuck. You get so busy that, you say, well, I don't have time to do anything. I don't have time to make a video. I don't have time to learn how to do posts. I don't have time to network. I don't have time to send out any letters. I don't have time to knock on doors. You don't understand. I'm working. I don't get home until 9 o'clock at night, and then I have to tidy up. So this could be a very special year for anybody who wants to get their business on a fast growth track, simply by making the commitment to change. And I know you don't know how to do it yourself, but there are plenty of people that can help you. Mike and I can help you, but we're not the only coaches out there. There's a lot of people, but finding a mentor and finding someone who has grown their business and that you say, boy, I wish my business was growing like that business. Then go talk to them, find out what they're doing. Learn to be mentored by people, because there are plenty of people that are perfectly willing to mentor you and help you because people helped them. That's just the law of reciprocity that I talk about a lot. When somebody does something for us, we want to do something back for them. And we've all been helped by a lot of people along the way. And so we just subconsciously appreciate the opportunity to help somebody else. We feel like we're passing it along. We're paying it forward. So this could be the year for you to make a major change in your business, and which brings about a major change in your lifestyle too. That's the good part. But Mike, we've both been in this position before where we were stuck at some point in our careers, and we'll probably be stuck again at some point from moving. And what do? We turn to mentors and coaches and people that can help us.
Well, I used to hear years ago, back in 20 years ago, I started really studying success on the internet. I owned a business, and I was guilty of not even really being cognizant of it. But, I never heard the word mentor. I never heard the word get somebody to hold you accountable. These are all phrases that I've learned over the last 20 years. And, I just owned a business, and I thought, what I got to do is, in fact, you were the guy who told me, quite honestly, I guess 25 years ago, Mike, you got to network. And I went, what the heck is that? Well, that's how you get your name out there. You need to build referral partners. And these were all terms that were foreign to me. And so when I got involved with the internet, I invested in seminars and trainings and associating with people that knew things that I didn't know. And when I started going to these seminars and when I started attending these workshops, which back then you had to buy a hotel room, you had to get on an airplane, you had to, spend money, a lot of money. But it was worth every penny. And I used to hear, work on your business, not in your business. I heard that a lot at Dan Kennedy events. People say that over and over again. Have somebody hold you accountable to, you see things through your eyes, but then another set of eyes may see something that you've gone for years missing. And that's, I've had several people tell me that, I could probably do some of this on my own, but you reminding me of what I'm not seeing holds me accountable. I mean, I'll give you a great example. One of the things I do on the internet with the mentoring / coaching I do with some of our clients, I look at their Google reviews every time we meet. And if they don't go up, I go, what happened? What happened? And they go, oh, yeah, you told me, and I got so busy working in my business that they let 4 weeks go by, or 3 weeks or 2 weeks or 1 week, and they didn't work on their business. Working on their business is constantly this is just one of 10,000 things. Working on your business is always making sure that every chance you get to be around a customer, that you get a good Google review. That's an internet working on your business, one little tip. So, even though people know to do some things, the biggest problem is a lot of people don't know what to do. I can see evidence of that. They get sold on all kinds of things that don't work. You were just talking earlier before we started the show how one of our coaching clients said they had spent money and tried things that didn't work. And that's frustrating. That's kind of frustrating for the coaching world and the mentoring world, is if you hire a mentor that you spend a bunch of money with them and you don't get any results, next thing you know, you blame everybody. Well, you can't blame everybody. What you got to do is, one of the things that I think that is so unique to you, I've never seen a consultant or a coach put as many testimonials on their homepage as you have, with the testimonial person's phone number. I mean, that's brave. That is a brave strategy of what we call social proof. So the thing that I want to add to this is that it's so important to really take to heart, and for 2021 and from now on, are you working on your business, which is 10,000 little things that you may or may not be doing? Lots of I's to dot, lots of T's to cross. Or are you just working in your business and getting burnt out because you're basically an employee of a company you own? I've been there.
Yeah, I have too. I got a phone call the other day that it was an amazing phone call, and it just made my day, and it's still making me think about it every day, from a friend of mine that I've known since he was I've known him since he was born, actually, because his father is a cousin of mine, and we played music together years ago. He was in my old band, the Cassville Station. We played back in the back in the 80s, and we still talk on the phone a lot. But his son started a business about, I'm going to say now 15 years ago. And it was doing some stuff for the roofing industry. And he's built his business up into about a $25 or $30 million business. And he used to call me. He called me on several occasions and talked to me about things. And when he was thinking about making this one big leap, he called me and talked to me about it. And I said, look, if you're going to go forward you're going to need some mentors. And I said, you're going to need a really good financial mentor. You're going to need a really good, and that could be a banker. I said, you're going to need a spiritual mentor, a legal mentor, a good attorney. You're going to need a good banker. You're going to need, and you're going to need a motivational mentor, somebody to keep you motivated and focused. And I said, without those things, you'll never be able to go as far as you could, and you'll probably crash and burn at some point if you don't have good, solid mentoring in all of these different areas. And so anyway, I get this call from this guy. I haven't talked to him in a long time. And he said, Hal, I just want to let you know, he said, I sold my business. And he said, now I'm looking at putting together this whole new other thing. But he said, I would never have made it here if it wasn't for the mentoring that you gave me over the phone and the focus you gave me. And he said, I just wanted to call you and tell you that. I just want to let you know that the conversations I had with you changed everything for me. And say, I mean, he never paid me. He was never a client or anything. He was just a friend. But that's, and like you and me, exactly like you and me, he ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer either, because you don't have to be the sharpest knife in the drawer to build a really big company and make lots of money. And if you want a big boat and a big house, you can buy one, but you just have to have information. You have to have the proper information to act on. And it's just like playing golf. I don't think you play golf, Mike. I play golf with some people who don't play golf either. But you can get all the coaching from your buddies in your foursome that you play golf with who don't play any better than you do. And they tell you everything you're doing wrong, and they're not doing any better than you do. So what you're doing is just reinforcing bad habits, and you'll never really get any better in your golf game. If you play for 20 years doing it the same way, you're still the same player you were 20 years ago. And I was looking at buying a new set of golf clubs one time, and I was playing with some guys and talking about what kind of I wanted to get in the guy. He said, Hal, he said, when I was a kid growing up, my dad was a golf pro. I said, really? I didn't know that. He said, yeah, he was the pro at our little country club where we lived for many years. He said, my dad would tell you to forget about the new golf clubs and take the whatever amount of money you were going to spend on those new golf clubs, just take that amount of money and spend it on a golf coach. And he said, your game will improve by leaps and bounds. But if you just buy another set of golf clubs thinking that your game is going to improve because you switched brands of clubs, he said, it's never going to happen. And I never forgot that, because it applies to our business, applies to pest control. If you want to grow your business, you got to have the proper information to act on, and you need a coach or a mentor. And like I say, we're not the only ones. I think we're the best. I'm arrogant about it because I think we're unique in the fact that we've been doing what we do for 40 years. And I not only talk to people about growing their businesses, but I did start a pest control business from the one man with a spray can, which was me working those long hours. And I built it up and sold it, and it made me a millionaire, So I've been there, done that. I know. And now I pass on what I learned through the Dan Kennedy and all those years of seminars and money and hiring a coach for myself that cost a fortune to show me how to deliver more value to coaching clients. And it's just, we're all in the same boat together. But growing your business and building that big business that's churning out a lot of cash for you, and that you ultimately sell it and retire with the lifestyle you really want, or you pass it along to your children and watch it continue to grow. You don't have to be a genius to do that. You just have to have the right information and somebody kicking you in the seat of the pants when you need it to get out there and do it and to make those changes. And it's not risky when you do it that way. There's no risk involved because you're using proven strategies that somebody else has already used, and they're showing you how to do it. So it's not a guessing game. It's pretty much a sure thing.
Well, one of the things that I want to bring up right now is that if anybody said, every successful person I ever met had a coach and a mentor, every one of them. Every person that I've ever known and I've seen people in my area of market go from just an idea and a dream, and some to $400 million companies. Russell Brunson's a great example. Russell hired Dan Kennedy and I was blown away with it. It's like $35,000 or $50,000 a year to have Dan Kennedy to meet with him once a month. 12 meetings for 50 grand. And then a lot of online resources, and that gummit, it worked. So anybody that says having a mentor and getting in a coaching program, and yes, we have those things because we are qualified to do that. But I want to talk about how much we love this community, and whether you ever spend any money with us. There's one thing I want to tell you about right now. If you have not signed up to get Hal's book, How to Grow a Pest Control Business.com, which is absolutely free, no obligation.
Can't beat the price.
Doesn't cost anything. Go to howtogrowapestcontrolbusiness.com. And, our podcast, our live TV show that we're doing right now, we're going to continue to do it. And you are welcome to be here absolutely free. And just by coming to these shows and listening, whether you agree with us or disagree, it is working on your business. So for 2021, all the way from getting a mentor, you were talking about golf. Do you think Tiger Woods needed a mentor and a coach? Well,
he's had one for his whole life. He still has one today.
Father started out with him, and to this day, he still has a coach. So the thing is, working on your game. You can buy a guitar. I got guitars. You got guitars behind you right now. Just owning a guitar doesn't make you a musician. Getting a great teacher, getting a great mentor. So anyway, go to How to Grow a Pest Control Business. And what we're going to talk about right now is something coming up next month, and it is called the Next Level PCOmarketing.com virtual event. And it's a sponsor of today's show. But let me let Hal here tell you a little bit about this, and then we'll come back and wrap up with some other ideas and things to talk about. And if you have any questions, we'll take them. But we'll be right back after this word from our sponsor.
Hey folks, it's Hal here, and I'm excited to tell you about the 2021 Next Level PCO Marketing Workshop. Now, if you've been to it in past years, this will actually be the 4th year that we've done it. You know how much incredible information you're going to take home from this workshop. If you haven't been to it, after I speak, I want you to scroll on down and read the testimonials at the bottom of this page from some of the past attendees. Now, normally this is a live event, a 2-day event held in Atlanta, but due to COVID this year, it's not going to be live. It's going to be virtual, and it's only going to be 1 day. So Mike Stewart and I are putting together a crammed full day of information that's going to blow you away to help you get more new customers and grow your business. So all you got to do is scroll on down, read about everything that you're going to get in this 1 day, read the testimonials, and then click the button, register, claim your seat. It's only $97 this year for the entire day. Plus, get this, if you register for $97 and attend, you're also going to get a complete replay of the last 2 years, 2020 and 2019. Now, those events were each $497. So that's a $997 value you're going to get absolutely free if you join. So you'll be immersed in our marketing strategies for weeks, believe me, if you take advantage of it. So again, I'm excited. You're going to be able to sit at home or in your office and watch this entire event, attend it on your computer screen. You can sit there in your pajamas or your underwear and drink a beer if you want to while you attend the event. That's the Next Level PCO Marketing Workshop 2021. The date is February 13th. That's the Saturday after the Super Bowl, so you won't have football on your mind. And it's the day before Valentine's. So give your mate or your spouse the gift of growing your business and making more money so you can buy more roses next year, okay? Again, this is Hal. I hope you'll take advantage of this offer. Scroll on down, check it out, click on the button, sign up. I hope to see you there. I hope you have a great day. And Mike, we also, something that I think I might have failed to mention, if you sign up for, what kind of deal do we have here? We've got some free deals. I'm a little confused. Tell me about it, because
one of the things I learned online, this is an online thing, is according to Gary Vaynerchuk, one of my mentors, be everywhere. So we have a gold coaching program, and if you get in the gold coaching program, the Next Level PCO Marketing is free. So
there you go.
We have multiple offers. And of course, one of the things I want to clarify for the podcast, and also that was the video about the event in February, and you kept talking about scrolling down the page. Well, it's kind of hard to scroll down a page on a podcast, and it's really hard to scroll down a page when you're not on the page. But
that's true. That's true.
But the point, I thought the information was so good, and so go to these websites, and in fact, at pestcontrolmarketing.live, which is where this live TV show, in fact, we've got, I don't know, maybe this is maybe show 14 or 15. We've got a bunch of great shows archived. All of our shows are archived at pestcontrolmarketing.live, and then the audio podcasts are all archived all over the internet. So the whole point of it is how I learned be everywhere. I've gotten to the point where working on our coaching business, we're everywhere to you're at the point you're confused, and I love it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm like, oh gosh, we've got so much stuff out there available. And even if they download the book, correct me if I'm wrong, if they download the book, don't they get an offer of 1 month free in our group coaching program, Pest Control Marketing Gold?
If you go to howtogrowapestcontrolbusiness.com, absolutely free, you can get a free month of Pest Control Marketing Gold. So, any rate, the thing that we're doing two things, and this is kind of, we actually had a whole show on giving things away free to build relationships and build trust. We practice what we preach. Yep. I remember you talked about in the show when you're doing a service call and you say, hey, there was some spider webs out here and I got them down, or there was a hornet's nest and I'll take it down for free. I'm already here. When you give away free stuff, you raise your credibility, you create the law of reciprocity, you do a lot of things. And if for no other reason, you put a lot of positive back into the world, because once again, this whole show started off 2021. We need to get on a positive upswing this year. And, I came into 2020 last year with a lot of expectation of doing a lot of things that, in less than 60 days was all changed. And we experienced a year last year that was completely scary, completely different than I had expected. And so you adapt. The world has discovered that being online and being virtual, last year at this time, we were planning our event, Next Level PCO Marketing. We were planning to have it in Atlanta. We were reserving the hotel. We bought a brand new projector. I mean, we're doing all of these things to get ready to have people fly in, and we had a successful event.
They already had the margarita machine hooked up.
Everything.
Before we had to cancel.
Yeah. Well, so to work on our business, we quickly, one of the things I did this year is I became very proficient at what we're doing right now, having virtual meetings. I found technologies. A lot of technologies have risen up. I had people up here in Nashville ask me, what exactly is the Zoom thing? Now Zoom is part of our culture. But this time last year, there were millions of people. When you said Zoom, what are you doing? Talking about a car going around a racetrack? I mean,
And you know what? The Zoom is quickly becoming kind of obsolete in a way compared to some of the technology like the one we're using. That if there are any companies out there that have employees and you want to learn to do remote meetings with your employees and Q&A and all kind of things, they can call you and you can teach them how to do it, can't you?
There's so many things on the horizon that I'm going to be talking about this year. Like StreamYard, the company we're using right now, has partnered with a company called Hopin. And I'm just telling you, there's a lot of exciting technology that has been a positive response to the COVID crisis. You and I are side by side. We're not 6 feet apart. We're not socially distanced. We're electronically distanced. And the only kind of virus that can get on the internet is a computer virus. And they got vaccines for computer viruses. So, yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. But we got time for a few more questions here. I can't believe how much fun we have. But you know what? This is a good question, and I want your comment on it. Pharaoh here, Pest Control. What if you want a mentor and can't afford it? I have an answer, but Hal, what is your answer?
Well, you can. One of the things you can do is read and study. You can get my book free. There's a lot of mentoring in that book that you can get free, and there are people that are willing to answer your questions. And you're talking about really a coach, because mentors generally don't charge for what they do. Coaches do, but in your neighborhood, in your business community, there are plenty of people that are willing to mentor you and help you. It's quite an honor to be asked by another smaller business, I need some guidance. I've got some decisions to make in my business and I trust you. Would you help me share some information and give me your opinions? And people are flattered. They're floored by that, and they always want to help you. So there's always free mentors available to you. coaches are not always free, but that's the next level. You may need mentoring before you need actual coaching. So there are always people willing to share information with you to help you for free in your business community, in your backyard. So don't hesitate to seek them out.
Well, I got an answer that was given to me years ago. When you say you can't afford it, you are programming your subconscious, Hal calls it your Elmo, that you can't afford it. So if you want a mentor, what can you do to afford it? Change your mindset. In other words, what is it costing you not having a mentor or coach? If you're talking about a paid mentor, that's a coach. If you're talking about having quality people give you advice, that's a mentor too, but that's not a paid coach. That's what Hal's talking about. But what I'm saying is always say, I know I want this. I know that I need this. What can I do to afford it? So that's what I see. When people put a negative, I can't afford it. You're telling your subconscious, well, I better forget about that because I can't afford it. You know,
people will go out and this, I'm not trying to sell coaching here. I'm talking about the mindset that you just spoke of. People will go out every day and buy things they can't afford. They finance new boats. They charge new golf clubs. They buy second homes. They buy musical instruments.
Guilty.
And they borrow the money. They finance them. But they wouldn't borrow money to pay for coaching for anything in the world, because they look at it as, well, I'm getting a guitar if I buy the guitar. I'm getting the motorcycle if I buy that. But with coaching, I'm not. What am I getting? See, coaching is going to take them to the level where they can buy 10 guitars.
Yeah.
Or in their business, the coaching just brings in money, and pays for itself. It simply pays for itself. But that's the mindset you're talking about, is that people don't seem to look at it that way. They buy things every day that they can't afford. So really, I can't afford it generally boils down to, I just don't want it bad enough.
Yeah.
I don't want it bad enough.
And I totally agree with that. And the thing that you can do is when you know you want to do something. I'll give you a quick answer, and then I got another great question that came up here from Bob that I want us to answer and document. I wanted to move to Nashville, and I didn't say, how can I afford to do the things I need to do? I started going, what can I sell to finance this decision? And I'll be honest with you, I sold a grand piano and I sold a guitar, and I raised $10,000 to help me make the move.
Yep.
So in other words, I didn't say, I want to move to Nashville. I can't afford it. I said, I want to move to Nashville. What do I need to do to make it happen? And so the thing is the reason we give away the book, the reason we do this podcast, the reason we give away our videos on YouTube, the reason that we give a 1 hour free consultation. Why do we do all those things? To prove to you, because here's one of the things. Well, I don't want to spend money on coaching and it be a waste of money and it be, a bunch of BS. I don't trust that it's going to make a difference. Well, it's a two-way street. We've done the homework to get the proof. Go read the testimonials. Go watch the live show with Mike Warren from Savannah Pest Control and hear his story. I mean, we have nothing to hide. All we know is that if it's a two-way street, if we tell you what to do, the people that haven't succeeded, Hal, that have worked with me, they didn't do what I asked them to do.
They won't do anything. Yeah. It's like the golf coaching. The golf coach says, okay, you've got to keep this wrist straight and not bend it back. And I want you to go out this week and practice that. We'll hit 1,000 golf balls and come back. And they come back the next week and they pay for more coaching, and they're hitting the ball the same way. And he said, your wrist is still bending. Well, I didn't have time to practice this week.
Well,
So you didn't have time to practice. Then you come back for another lesson for me to tell you the same thing I told you last week that you didn't go out and correct. So it's just like in school when we were in elementary school and high school and college, you have good students and you have bad students, but most students are just middle of the road students, and some only can do what they're told to do, and others can't seem to do what they're told to do, and others figure out what needs to be done, and they do it without having to be told, so.
Well, this brings to mind, I'm going to leave this, and I want to answer this one question, and then we'll probably have to wind it up here. But I have a mentor and a dear friend in my business named Alicia Little. And Alicia, 9 years ago, her husband cheated on her, locked her out of her house, and stole millions of dollars and made her penniless all in 1 week. All in 1 week. And she's stuck, locked out of her house, and started over with her sister and is now a multimillionaire. Now, she could have said, woe is me, life has dealt me. But you know what? She divorced the guy, and she is now one of the top people in the world in her field. Okay, and here's what she said. You can either make excuses or make money, but you can't do both.
There you go. You go.
So I love that. And I just want to let you know that is not from somebody who doesn't have proof. I mean, I remember when this lady, I've known her that long, and she was a guest on my live stream. If you look up Alicia Little, she used the depth. She was like the phoenix rising from the fire. So, I've never had it that bad. I can't imagine being a millionaire and it all be taken away from you by an unscrupulous, somebody you loved. But anyway, That's the way it is. Now, this is a good question that is kind of off the subject, but I'm going to answer it. What's a reasonably priced camera and mic for doing some of the work that you and Hal just mentioned? I'll tell you what, an iPhone, preferably, or an Android. You can do everything with an iPhone. I have $100.
That's what I use. Yeah.
We both have $100 Logitech 920 webcams. And I have a website that's absolutely free. It's called .livesecrets.com. And I have a link up there with all the links to all the equipment me and Hal use. So if you want to know what it is, go to .livesecrets and you can learn all. In fact, Hal and I are doing the concept that I teach at .livesecrets. In fact, I got a free video that teaches you how we do these podcasts and live shows and so forth.
You just watched a video of me earlier, a commercial of me telling you about the Next Level PCO marketing workshop in February. You watched that video. I think it was a pretty good video. It was shot and edited with my iPhone right over here by the wall next to me, and a couple of cheap work lights from Home Depot. So, you don't have to go out. You used to have to buy, I think, a lot of expensive equipment to get really good quality, but now, good grief.
No. I mean, that's why, I mean, people are doing television interviews with webcams and they're shooting video in the streets with their cell phone. That's why we have all this information. So, any rate, Hal, how do you want to? We've gone almost 40 minutes here. My goodness, but we still got folks here. It's the last chance you've got any other questions. But Hal, how do you want to wind this up here?
Well, if there is nothing at all wrong, I want to say this. There's nothing at all wrong with saying, I don't want to grow my business. I'm comfortable. I'm making a comfortable living. I put in the amount of hours I want to put in. I'm very comfortable. I'm satisfied with the amount of money that I make. It's providing the lifestyle that I want, and I don't want my business to grow any bigger. That's simply a choice, and there's no right or wrong. It's whatever's right for you. But if you want to grow your business and you want to make more money and you want to get to that point where you don't have to work 12 hours a day. I talked to a guy, Mike, one day. He's built his business from a one-man operation up to about a $6 million business over the years. And he's got good people running his business. And I asked him one day, I said, do you still come into your office every day and stay there during the day? And he said, Hal, I'm going to be honest with you. My company pays me $500,000 a year to stay away from there. And I thought that was a pretty good idea. So he's involved in sports. He's about the same age as me, maybe a few years younger, but he and his wife play tennis and involved in other things. But he goes in the mornings and a lot and checks in with people, but he doesn't have to be there. He's pursuing his lifestyle because his company provides him that, and he's well taken care of. So that's just another choice. Some people just they don't want to do that. But if you do want to grow your business and you want to increase your income, and increase your wealth, increase the perks that go along with that, and cut down on the number of hours that you spend out in the field and enjoy life and spend more time with your family and learn how to manage employees and get them to go create a great lifestyle for them too, then, we can help you do that. If you're not interested in it, that's okay too. That's just a choice. I'm not trying to tell you that everybody needs to grow their business, because everybody doesn't want to grow their business. But if you do, give us a call, and I'll be glad to spend an hour with you. Before we do that hour, I'll actually do some homework for you. I'll send you a questionnaire that you can fill out. It'll take you about 10 minutes to fill it out, but it tells me pretty much everything I need to know about what you're doing to market your business, where you're going, what your obstacles are, what you need to overcome. And we look for some really low-hanging fruit, and I'll have that questionnaire back, and I'll go over it and make notes, and then we'll spend our hour together, and I won't have to spend it asking you all of these questions. And you'll come away from that call really charged up and with some great information, some great guidance on how you can go right out and start increasing your sales. And there's no cost for that hour. So I've never had anybody yet through all the years say, that hour was a waste of time for me. They always say, this has been great. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. This is great help. And then some of them end up, calling me back and saying, I want to get into your coaching program. I want you to help me accomplish my goals. And others, I never hear from them again, and that's okay. They got what they wanted. So you do the same thing, don't you?
Well, first of all, the number's on the screen, but I'm going to verbally tell it for people on the podcast. Call Hal at 770-993-0004. That's 770-993-0004. And then, of course, that is my live stream that happens at 10 o'clock Central every Monday after this show, which talks about audio and video marketing. And I do a 1-hour consultation, kind of a hot seat on your website, looking at what's going on with you. It's absolutely free. I don't mind if you're willing to call me at 770-826-3662. I would love to talk to you, see if I can help you. There's things that I see from my perspective on your online world that might make a difference, and it costs you absolutely nothing to give me a call and set that call up and see if there's some things we can do to help you. So with all that, Hal, any closing comments you want to make before we
I have one last question. Is possumskinningsecrets.com still available?
Thank God I killed it years ago.
Oh, geez, that was a classic.
Well, there's some things you just got to say. Maybe it's not worth keeping it up. But
well, my golly, I hate that. Now, listen, this has been fun as always. I'm looking forward to a great 2021. Started off a little rough, as a lot of things do, but our industry is doing well. We're an essential service. So we're going to remain in operation. Mike, you and I have got some plans for some projects we're going to do this year. Folks, I hope you will go to nextlevelpcomarketing.com, sign up for our workshop February 13th. And don't say, oh, I can't be there that day, because it's virtual and you're going to get a replay of it. If you sign up, you don't even have to be there on that exact day. You can watch the replay whenever you want to. And if you watch it and you go through that day and you're not blown away, and you call me and say, Hal, I watched that workshop y'all did, and it was worthless to me. I didn't get anything out of it. I don't think it was worth my $97. Then all you got to do is give me your PayPal or whatever, and you'll get that $97 back, because we guarantee, we put our money where our mouth is. You're gonna get your money's worth 100 times, 1,000 times over that day. And so go do it. Sign up. nextlevelpcomarketingworkshop.com. Mike, as always, it's been fun. I can't wait to see what else we're going to come up with this year. Folks, thank you for watching this episode of Pest Control Marketing Live, and we'll see you next time.
Hal Coleman has been active in the pest control industry for over 40 years, including owning and operating his own successful pest control business for 18 years. He now devotes his time to helping other PCOs and other WCOs double, triple, and even quadruple their businesses faster than they ever imagined. Be sure to check out his website, pestcontrolmarketer.com. For more information about Hal's coaching program, you can reach him at 770-993-0004 or email him hal@halcoleman.com. Mike Stewart is known as the Internet audio and video guy. Since the birth of the Internet, Mike has been showing small business owners how to get more new customers, increase their sales, and grow their businesses online using audio and video, now with iPhones and Android phones. For more information about Mike's coaching program and his online training courses, visit MikeStewartCoaching.com or email him mike@internetaudioguide.com.
Google Pest Control Marketer. Grow your business like never before. Call 770-993-0004.